appropriate greetings. This is Mark.
And I'm Jen.
And we once again are together, journaling together. And
journaling together.
Yes, together, comma, journaling. So I have brought you here today to share with you and have you demonstrate some pocket notebooks. And these are pocket notebooks that I would recommend that are available, yes, that fit in those kinds of covers. You're showing off one of your...
My favorite cover.
Favorite cover, yes. And I have a notebook that company puts out that matches that cover, but not for a while. We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
A few minutes. So I'm defining pocket notebook as something that you can put in your pocket.
Oh, okay. So it's not a specific size.
It's a size or smaller. So I am starting our little brief survey here with A6.
Okay.
And so getting started here, I'm going to hand you what I'll call an iconic brand. This is a Leuchtturm, and this is their A6. Now, technically, this isn't true A6 because it is too narrow. It's not as wide as A6. It is as tall as A6, but not as wide.
How dare they?
Yeah, I know. And I couldn't decide whether to put this in the pocket category or the A6 category. So I'm putting in the A6 because they do put that in their marketing. So you can get this in 137 or 187 page. It's numbered. That's one of the great features of it. You get 2 book ribbons if that matters to you. You get the closure, the strap. And they come with the index pages already pre-printed, so you do not have to, sacrifice the first 2 or 3 pages to the index. And yep, pockets. Pretty much most of these, especially the hardcover ones, are going to have pockets. That's a pretty common feature. And most of these will also have the strap. So that's the Leuchtturm. It's pretty well known for its paper. It's a little bit heavier paper, but it is really good for fountain pens and that sort of thing. Wetter inks, gels, etc. And you're going to
I'll be the judge of that.
Okay.
So I won't mess up your journal because I see you haven't even written in this one, but yeah, let's just put a bit of...
Now, it's iconic and it has a price. So these things usually run between $12 and $20. So you have to do the math on that, how many pages per dollar you're getting there, but you are getting really good paper.
Ooh. And that's really wet.
Really well-known company, yep. And
this is
available in all the major styles. So there's 4 main styles in these notebooks. Especially the bigger brands, the iconic brands, you can usually get plain, grid, dot grid, or ruled.
Okay.
Or sometimes called line.
And is this, I'm sorry, you may not know, because I didn't think to ask you ahead of time. So, is it a 1/2 millimeter rule? I'm sorry, 1/2 centimeter rule?
So 5 millimeter?
Yeah.
I believe it is, yes. That's pretty much the standard is 5 millimeter.
Okay.
Yeah, you threw me for a second. 1/2
1/2 millimeter, yeah, that's not right.
I think we're talking
that's really tiny.
Yeah.
Only because on these pocketbooks, that grid looks so big.
Yeah.
Because it's a pocketbook.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you'll notice too, and another feature you kind of want to look for if you're looking at these things is the grid it's faint. It is visible. I mean, there's one of these notebooks that the grid is so very faint, which most people, I'm saying, not most, but many people are looking for because the grid's there, for when you're putting ink on paper, but you kind of want it to disappear afterwards so that you can see what you put down. So
right.
This one is, towards the better end of that. There are, a lot of cheaper notebooks that print that those dots, those grids, those lines are going to stand right out. But the lines people don't care about as much as the grid and the dot. Okay, so sticking with sort of brand names, this is, I'm going to hand you 3 of these.
So I'm going to put this one off to the side.
Yes, so now we're talking a true A6, and this is a brand that Doodlebud likes, and this is the Muji brand.
Doodlebud.
Yes, Doodlebud. And you got essentially two styles. We've got 2 that are graph or grid, and then 1 that's plain. And they also make what do they call a semi A6, which is as wide as the Leuchtturm. So it's essentially the same dimensions as the Leuchtturm.
Okay, so I'm looking at this. This one's a grid.
Yeah.
And this one is sewn.
Yes.
So this one's A6 notebook 5mm grid. There's the number if you need
Sewn
it.
is usually a mark of higher
Cover
quality.
is sewn in. Okay. This one here, and this one has the fewest number of pages. This one has, it says 30 pages. I think that is
So
30 of these. Then they're folded in half and sewn in. And so you end up with 120 writing. Yes? No?
No.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, no. So you have to be careful, and you have to. It's unfortunately it's all over the board. We'll sometimes call them pages when they really mean sheets. So essentially, I try to standardize everything by sheet count. So when I see 30 pages, what they really mean is sheets. So, and we're talking sheets not before they got folded or before they got produced and put in this notebook, but we're talking sheets in the notebook as it's sold. So 30 sheets, split it in half. The signature is going to have 15 sheets on each side. So you actually have 60 pages. This is an example where Muji puts their page count on the cover. And you'll notice, I think in the other ones, they actually put the sheet count on the cover. So just to confuse it, even with the same manufacturer, you're going to get two different descriptions, product descriptions. So yeah, Muji paper, I'm sure you can feel it. It's a nice paper.
It is.
It's a lighter weight
got
paper.
A little bit of a slick to it.
Yeah, I don't know the weight offhand, but it
toothy.
is on the lighter side, the thinner side, but pretty good for wetter inks. It feels great. It's really smooth paper. You've got that's the thinner side. Obviously, fewer pages.
Yeah. So this one has the fewest pages of all of the notebooks that I currently have in front of me.
Yes, correct.
So that's that one. This one has I think it has the next most.
The next highest amount, yeah. Same format.
And it says 80 pages. Oh,
look at that. So here's the example of, and we'll see this in one or two other. Yeah, see, it's really nice paper.
Yeah.
For the price, it's not it's not the highest end paper. It's not Cosmo Air or Tacoma or something like that, but it is pretty good paper. Now I tend to prefer the Kikuyo Campus better.
Okay.
I think it's technically a better paper, but as I said before,
so
I know a Canadian guy who really likes it.
Right. So I opened this up and I went, ooh. And I'm bringing this way up here because I want you to see, if you can, there are, tell us, Mark, there's lines, but then there's also like this dashed line that goes this way.
Yes. So that is a grid. You see it, again, you see it in the Japanese papers. I'm sorry, I was just about to say I haven't seen it in the American ones, but there's a British one that has it, where it's somewhere between a line and a grid.
Yeah.
The line is much more distinct than the grid.
Yeah.
So I think it's intended more for students, where a student might have a mix of, especially math, where you might have a mix of text, and then it's a figure or two, etc. So.
This, by the way, is that 1.0 Pen and Gear gel pen.
The true test.
The true test.
Yeah.
And the Leuchtturm did not fare well.
Yes. Well.
With this. The Mujis are doing better. It's ghosting like crazy, but this pen ghosts on. I haven't found a paper that this doesn't ghost on.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's almost like trying a Sharpie.
Yeah.
That's kind of unfair.
Which is why I'm doing the fountain pen next to it. Okay.
Okay. And then the biggest one you've got there.
Real quick. And the binding on this one, I'm sorry, is a lay flat binding.
Oh.
But I think it's also a perfect binding.
Yes, I think so too.
It might have sewn signatures. Yes, the signatures are sewn, but then they're glued into the binding.
Correct. Another big selling feature of most of the Japanese stationery, I find, is that they will lay flat very, very nicely. And then of course you go to the next exception.
Right.
But the neat thing about this is it's very straightforward and very plain. Prices on that, the first one you had, the 30 sheet one, was $1.90. So essentially $2 for that.
Wow.
For that one, for nice paper. The one you're looking at now is what's called the Pocket Note. It's 144 sheets. And then the one that's got the fun grid that's very light and dashed has 80 sheets, and it is they list 72 online, but it says 80 when you receive it. So there's that, and that one's just about $5.
This one's not holding up very well to the fountain pen or the gel, but this one's the one that's.
So maybe you want to add in a more of a standard 0.7 gel. Something.
Let me see if I can find what I can find here for you.
Yep.
I got a. How about a Sarasa Dry?
Yeah.
Oh, that was worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I haven't even tried these. I just grabbed them because I saw them and I thought, well, it would be nice to have one or two of those.
Yeah. There's a regular old ballpoint. Ballpoint did fine.
For the record, I only paid $2.90 for that. So.
All right.
And it's plain, so I mean, for me, that has somewhat limited uses. I'm not a big sketcher artist, so.
But wait, look! I just noticed it's got a ribbon.
Yeah.
So that's.
Yeah, that's just kind of a straight up plain notebook.
Yeah,
It's not too bad. A heck of a lot of sheets.
Yeah, and the paper of the cover is almost as thin as the paper within the book.
Yeah.
I would absolutely be reinforcing that. Okay.
Now, for the record, I can fit that in my pocket, but those are full A6. They match the ISO standard.
Okay, and then this is that. Hey, the Leuchtturm is
which
narrower.
Is somewhere between a pocket and an A6. So,
yeah.
All right, kind of moving us on a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to hand you two more. I'm going to hand you the one that actually, you can take it out of the wrapping, so I can do that. I've got another one that's actually in a cover, and I don't have it with me, so we're just going to look at my next one. This I'm pointing out because it is true A6 sized, but you will find this at a Walmart.
Walmart.
Probably other places, but certainly at the Walmart. It's pretty much every Walmart I've ever gone in has had this. And it's not the world's greatest paper. This will probably fail.
Every test?
Probably all three of the pens that I saw you with will probably bleed through. But again, if you're just looking for something you can go with a ballpoint or just the gel in it, lots of pages. And it's $5.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, it might be middle of the road.
No,
Characterized.
It's the best one so far.
Yeah. Oh, have you tried the pen and gear one?
That was the first one I tried.
Yeah.
This is the regular old ballpoint.
The drawback to this, other than this again, this is A6. So if you want to put this in a cover, you're gonna have to find an A6 cover, which you're obviously gonna have to do for all these. In the Leuchtturm, if you go on and try to find a pocketbook cover on, say, Amazon or Etsy, you got to be careful because unless it says Leuchtturm explicitly, it's probably going to only be 3.5 by 5.5, and so none of these will fit. And if it says Leuchtturm, it might fit that Leuchtturm because it's only as wide as 3.5, but that there is 4 inches. So,
this notebook withstood every pen I threw at it.
Yeah, but the one drawback I wanted to mention is the blue lines.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like a blue-green.
Yeah, so, if having a bright grid, and especially that it's blue, bothers you, then there you go. It's actually $5.50 or $5.70, so just around $6 out the door at Walmart.
And again, these are sewn signatures, but then they're glued into the binding.
Yeah. You can find the blank version of that and that graph version, sometimes called grid, sometimes called graph. They do make a dot grid, and they make it in many pretty colors. Good luck finding that. If you find it, you're going to pay 20 some bucks for it.
Oh my
And
gosh.
you can only get it online, and it's not very common. So if you're thinking about using this for a bujo, then that's fine, but just get used to the fact that it's going to be graph, not dot grid.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you want inexpensive.
Right.
That's bougie.
Yes.
All right.
So I think this is one of my favorites. It's for the most bang for the buck, even more than the Muji,
You have
is the
used
Daiso
this one.
Premium. And the reason I like this one is
You did pen
it
tests
is,
in here.
yes, because it is very good with pens.
Look at that. Look at all of these inks.
You get 52 sheets, so 104 pages, right? So it's quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
$2.25. Although when I got that one, it was still $1.75. This was before their price change in
This is the Pen and Gear gel.
It feels nice, right? It feels great in the hand.
It does.
So if I could only have one, I'm on that island, I can only have one book. That's the book I would have, even more than the Leuchtturm or certainly the Moleskine. It's got kind of a faint dot grid, as you can see, so it kind of wins there. The only thing it doesn't have is a strap, but that's because it's in that sort of that cahier side of things where it's a thin cardboard-like cover.
Mm-hmm.
It does not have the hard cover.
Yeah, it's more akin to this one.
Yep.
Or this one.
Right.
So this has two sewn signatures that are glued into the book. So it's more like this one, I think. But they're big signatures.
Yeah. And again, you have good luck finding a pocket. A leather cover for that. Although I have found a few good places for them, which I will talk about in some other future video.
Okay, and if you are a fountain pen user, this thing shows shimmer and sheen like nobody's business. Takes a little while for the ink to dry too.
Okay, moving along. So those are the A6s. Now we're going to move into more familiar territory with the pocket. And by pocket, they almost always mean 2.5 by 5.5. 3.5 by 5.5.
3.5 by 5.
Although you can stretch that a little bit because a few of these are 3.7 inches by 5.7 inches, so slightly more.
Mm-hmm.
But most of them will fit most leather covers that you're going to find somewhere. So we're going to start with
like this one?
Yes, exactly. the most iconic. Here's the one we kind of know and love, and they're in our neck of the woods.
This is my $4 notebook is bougie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very well known. Probably don't have to say much about these. I think I gave you maybe three examples of different styles. You've got
okay. So we've got
the
grid.
vintage. The vintage is a kind of a one-off.
It's got an unusual grid too.
Yeah, and it has the header at the top, and it has that really oddly ratioed dot grid.
Yep.
But they do have a regular dot grid from time to time. And if you want to buy just their plain craft notebooks, they are a little bit cheaper to buy just the plain craft with no special cover.
Mm-hmm.
Field Notes does make, obviously through the years they've produced a lot of different styles. Even today in their normal production, you can get those. The State Parks one, you've got an example of there. Yeah, those two were quarterly subscriptions, so they're harder to find. If you truly want to start to collect them, you're gonna have to go on eBay, and you're probably gonna pay $30 for a pack of 3. For going back maybe 5 years. If it's older than 5 years, then you're really gonna pay a lot. But if you're doing that, then you're into collecting, and you're not watching this kind of video.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're worried about staple color and ink color and the fact that no two snowflakes are the same. Yeah. So the drawback to Field Notes, and this is the reason why I don't use them exclusively, and if it weren't for this, I probably would, and that is the 48 pages limit. And I find for any kind of daily planner layout I would do, I put the week. I have special week trackers that I would put in the same notebook, and by the time I put my week trackers in, potentially into a 6-week, those few months where you've got 6 weeks, I overrun the 48-page limit. So, oh my gosh!
So twice a year, roughly, I would have to come up with some special one-off solution
A tip-in.
So I just kind of said, I'll track just maybe dailies in these, and then I'll put all my week stuff and other planning stuff in some other notebook. Okay.
Wait a minute. So what I didn't do was I didn't do a pen test at all in here. Do you have one?
I don't.
Any of
if you really want to do that, that's fine. These, like I said, these are pretty well known. Most people are gonna know quality on these. So
I was just looking to see if I could find the one that I just finished off, and I can't.
Yeah. Okay. So the next two are not great examples, but these are the Moleskines. And then the one on the right is actually a planner, so it has 370 or 380 pages in it, maybe even 400. I haven't done the final math, but that's an example of a pocketbook. So if you imagine that about half as thick, that's their typical 192 page pocketbook. They are great for the fact that you're going to get almost 200 pages and put it in your pocket. That's fantastic. The most I see on the others are usually 160. Most of the others tap out at 160 pages. That thing has got, and it's because he uses slightly lighter, thinner paper.
Can I schmutz up your personal data page?
You may, sure, go for it.
I was trying to decide.
But therein is the rub: is they're not great for pens. So if you're a Moleskine user, you're gonna be you have to get choosy about your pens, and that's probably okay and makes sense. But it's why they still, I'm sure,
That's brutal.
Are so popular, and that is they're used by professionals, and that partly because if you look at their catalog of products, they have a lot of like pro notebooks, pro planners that are intended for professionals. So. And I think that's how they market themselves. So, they're not going to be walking around with super fancy gel pens. I'm sorry, the typical consumer is probably not going to be walking around with fancy gel pens or fountain pens or something like that. So, for those of us who like the journaling, are looking for something with decent paper, unfortunately, the Moleskine. And that's why I just have that one planner, just because it's a planner. And then I picked up a bunch of these real cheap. Moleskine does a lot of OEM publishing, and if you're on eBay and you're looking for some Moleskines a little cheaper than standard retail, you're going to find a lot of places who have done what's the word I'm looking for, where they print their company name, their company logo. So you're going to get a Moleskine with a company logo on it, and someone, an employee, has grabbed the excess and is now selling them on eBay. Like I said, I got those real cheap. Now that's the second option for the Moleskine, is the Cahiers version, where you're only going to get 48 or 64 pages.
I should mention that the pen I'm using here is a stub, and the ink I'm using is really wet, so it's really putting these notebooks under pressure.
Yeah. So if you want to pick one of those up, the pocketbook, the 192 page pocketbook, you're going to spend anywhere between $12 and $20. They have a number of different. They have hardcover, softcover. You could go with dot, grid, plain, ruled, and they have a couple of colors: a blue and a black, and I think a green, maybe red. Same.
These are perforated.
Oh, and that is one of the good features about that, is they're perforated.
Are these perforated too?
No, those are unintended.
Okay. Nice.
Okay. So those are the two iconic brands, is Field Notes and Moleskine. When you say those two names, people are going to know you're probably talking about notebooks.
There you go.
Now, if you want to stick to that same format, the 3.5 by 5.5, you could go with a couple of knockoffs, I'll say knockoffs, of the Field Notes brand. One of them is the Elan Publishing Field Book.
Elan
Publishing, yes. They
Elan.
make, they produce a number of these with different styles. They do the plain, line, dot grid, graph. They do some pretty fancy covers. You've got a lot of color choices.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking for like just a cheap field notes, using Viper quotes here.
Viper quotes.
This is a great deal. The paper's okay, but you got a lot of color choices. You've got the graph, the grid, the plain, the ruled.
Paper did pretty well.
Yeah, and
it doesn't have that lovely feel.
No.
That the Muji paper had.
Exactly. Well, neither did the field notes.
Right.
Or the certainly. Well, the Moleskine is.
It does have.
It is thin and it's kind of smooth. Yeah, it's like it's coated. With these, again, 48 pages, which is one of their drawbacks, but you can get a pack of 5 of these for right around $10.
Oh wow, that's great.
So they're much more economical than the field notes. So you're not
the
paying
field notes
for the
are more
field notes
like
brand.
$4 a piece, $5 a piece.
Oh yeah, if you're a subscriber and you pick up, actually I think they have a 5-book pack too for subscribers, like $12 or $15 normally. So the field book is cheaper per. If you're just looking per book count cost per page cost, the field book is cheaper. They even make field notes. They make the expedition version, which is I think it's stone paper probably.
Yeah.
The kind that's
waterproof,
tearproof, etc. Very durable.
I think I could put my hand to one right away.
But Fieldbook make a version of that.
Oh, okay.
Called the Indestructible book, and it has an orange cover.
Outside the scope of this video.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So moving on from the clones and staying in the 3.5 by 5.5. If you really want to go to budget, here's an example of a Walmart's notebook. Lined.
Walmart.
Yeah, lined. Again, 48 pages. So,
pen and gear.
Yep.
So will it withstand the pen and gear pen?
You'll pay $6.50 for a 3-pack.
It does. $6.50 for a 3-pack.
Yep.
So it's roughly the same.
Roughly the same as the Fieldbook. Yeah, it's a budget option, and it's very available. Obviously, you can get it on Walmart online. You can pick it up at your local Walmart. Pack of 3. They sell them in packs of 3.
Wow.
The drawback is, if you get that in your pack of 3, you will get 3 girl themed, feminine themed, I shouldn't say themed, feminine colored books. Because here's another one. Here's one of your 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then the third one is it's striped like that first one. I don't have the third one from that pack handy.
Oh, okay.
So, if you don't mind it, if you're going to put it in a leather cover, who cares? But if you're looking for budget and you're looking for local, then,
yeah, or
I would recommend.
You live out of town and Walmart's your everything store. Yep.
Okay.
What's next?
Next is, we've talked about Elon Publishing. There's another brand that does sort of a Field Notes clone. It's called Portage, and I don't have an example of that, but they're priced very similar to the Field Book. Yep. They don't have quite as many options in terms of the color combinations, but they do have graph, grid, plain, and ruled. Their graph, the reason I don't have one is because I don't get it, because their graph, and I think even their dot grid, there's a bit of a margin. So if you like having your graph go all the way to the edge of the paper, the Portage ones don't. So I found that for me was a deal breaker, and so I didn't get any. But
so that's
if that doesn't bother you, then Portage is another option. Okay, so here's a couple of really cool ones. These are oh wait, I'm just gonna show you one more. One of my favorites. This is called Microspark. I think it's
this looks close. A lot like this.
Yep. There's actually a lighter blue. That's the darker blue from Leuchtturm. It is almost the same as the sky blue from Leuchtturm.
Ooh, and you use this one. Ooh, and it comes with. Oh, did it come with those? With
Yep.
these?
No, it comes with those labels.
Both of them.
So kind of nice with the labels.
Labels.
You
and
get
tabs.
the elastic, and you get 2 book ribbons. Very much like a Leuchtturm.
Wow.
Um,
No, I can't get it.
it is.
Oh, these are the ones we were looking at. They're 2 for
2 for 10.
2 for 10.
I'm sorry, 2 for 10.
Unless you want 2 of the same color, and then they're 2 for 13.
Yes, exactly.
I think they're on sale right now, which is
Yep.
why.
160 pages. So
Some
again,
of the-
it's
oh,
if
and
you're
the
doing a per
back pages
in the
are
back,
blank.
8 or 12 pages, something like that, are blank and perforated.
Yeah.
So I think they're great. You know, the page count is fantastic. The dot grid, $10, $5 a book, but you're getting 160 pages. I think it's a pretty good deal. I use this more for kind of deep thinking, what I call cogitation. This is my cogitator. Yes. A whole nother subject for another day. It's the uses for these
What
things.
do you do in your...
What do you put down? That's Microspark. Another great one, I think, is this Roterunner.
Roterunner?
Roterunner.
Like W-R-O-T-E? Ooh,
Just
the
R-O-T-E.
Microspark did not do so well with the fountain pen.
Yeah. Well, that's fine because
It is what
I
it
use
is.
ballpoint with it anyways.
Right? Okay, so this is Roterunner. Oh, no,
Roterunner.
it's R-O-T-E,
Yes,
as in
there's
from
not a
rote.
leading W. The cool feature on these is, very
Oh.
similar to these others. It has it's sort of, you would call that, I guess, soft cover. But the neat thing about it is the pages are perforated, and they have this check mark that is, again, it's
Or it's a
very
circle.
faint, so it almost disappears, and it's great because that kind of makes it an optional feature. So these are fantastic for to-do kinds of things because you can leverage that semi-visible circle,
Right.
and you could also leverage the fact that it's tear out.
Yeah, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to.
So if you had a workflow where maybe you're jotting things down, like you're keeping a running to-do list in your pocket, you could then transport this to somewhere else.
And it doesn't mind my juicy gel. And look at this, it's got numbered pages.
Right. 100 GSM, that's why it's handling it so well. Yeah, 80 pages per book. You get 3 books. So between 10 and 12 bucks on Amazon.
Nice.
So I think
For how many books?
For 3.
For 3.
Yeah.
So about the same cost of a field notes, maybe a little less. And you get, this is the field notes here. You get more pages.
Yeah.
And that cool feature.
80 pages, 40 sheets
Yeah.
versus 24.
Yeah. Okay, what else do we have?
Another good one, I think, if I was stranded on an island, this might be one I would ask for. This is a bit wider. This is a 3.7 by a 5.7.
It's a bit wider. Let's
A
use
bit
it.
wider, a bit taller.
Oh, yeah.
I have found it generally fits all the leather covers I have. And it's an example of graph. But you get to stand.
Would it fit in here?
I believe it. No, because it's a little too deep on that sovereignty.
okay.
I think I've already tried that one.
Okay.
But I've got a couple of others that are a little more spacious that will take it. But you probably would not want to anyway because it's got the hard cover and it's got that kind of textured feel to it.
Yeah, it's like a little rubberized. It's definitely not a real leather cover,
Yeah.
that's for sure. But it's that faux leather vinyl, rubberized vinyl thing. Did okay.
So this kind
probably
of hits a
fine.
number of big notes. Other than you're showing that the paper's not
Dry.
fantastic, but to my mind, pocket notebooks. If I really want something that's going to handle fountain pens well or something like that, then I'm probably going to invest in. I'm going to invest in a high-end Japanese paper.
Yeah, because this is the ballpoint, That's the Sarasa Dry. That's the fountain pen, and that's the pen and gear.
Right.
And the ballpoint did fine, but everything else was meh.
Meh. But it's 96 sheets. So it's
Also,
192 pages.
I just noticed how this is constructed. This is not glued. This is, I don't think it's glued. Does it look, I think that is a sewn binding through and through. So there's the stitched, signature. And then here is, nope, it's glued. It's glued.
Yeah.
All right. That's
Comes with a pen loop though, so
comes with a pen loop, a
this
pocket,
thing
ribbon.
is ready to rock in a pocket.
You don't even need a case.
You could rock it in your pocket. Yes, you don't really need a case. Several of these, I think you could probably get away without the case. The Microspark is why I like the Microspark.
Yeah, that's this
I
one.
have another one that I just lived in my pocket. Never lived in a leather case. But you know, some people will throw their field notes in their pocket or their moleskines, because it gives it a character when it gets kind of all beat up. A little
Right?
bit patina.
Shows it's been used.
Yep. All right, one more pocketbook example.
Pocketbook.
This is another cool one. This might look familiar.
Oh. This is cool. Okay, let me stand up again and do this.
So the question is, do you like lined, do you like graph, or do you like dot grid? And if you can't make up your mind, you might want to look at this notebook.
Look at that dot.
Now this is Sovereign Gear, so it's British company, and they're the ones that make that cover
This!
that you like so much.
Yes, I got one when I got my cover.
Exactly, yep. So again, it would be readily available.
We should totally do a video on covers. Pocket
Yes.
notebook covers. All right, so tell us, do you want it? Do you want the video on pocket notebook covers?
Exactly.
Yeah. And then, do you want a video on leather pocket notebook covers? Or canvas pocket notebook covers? Or, I don't know. Okay, let's take a look. Ooh, not so good. But the paper doesn't feel like it's, you know, this is like Target composition book quality paper. And it comes free in your leather cover.
Your leather cover.
So,
and they're cheap. They're like, $5 for $10. So they fit in that
they are inexpensive.
inexpensive. Yes.
All right, so the ballpoint did fine.
All right, two more styles here. Now we're done.
I've got more styles.
Yes.
Okay.
Now these are these are still more pocketbooks,
Oh,
but they are even smaller.
smaller.
Than the field notes and the / Moleskine.
Ah.
And I'm pointing them out because they're ubiquitous.
Uh-huh.
There are several people like Gare the Bear and others who rave about them.
Oh.
And that is these so-called composition books from Walmart. So I'm handing you this, and the reason I'm handing it to this is because that thing, of course that's a terrible pen example, but I put that pen in there because it's I was checking out the color match. But if you put a thinner pen, like even a collapsible pen, like a little short 4-inch pen, or like a F301 ballpoint Zebra F301, something like that, that's 4 inches or so, you've got a very compact notebook. You've got a lot of pages, and here's the beauty. These notebooks you pick up from Walmart, again, very, very commonly found, for like $1.12 or $1.20 for 3.
Wow.
So
Are these like the mini comps that you can get at the Dollar Tree? 3 for $1.25.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I wouldn't expect to put fountain pens on these, although I have in the past.
This did at least as well as the worst other notebook.
Right.
If
The
not
trick,
better.
the trick is if you really like having, like, you got a favorite fountain pen. Like I'm starting to kind of really get a longing for the Parker 51 style pens.
It's the ballpoint.
So I've got a number of those, and a few of those have very fine nibs, extra fine nibs. And if you stick to that,
It's a Sarasa Dry.
you can get away with a fountain pen in most of these books that you're showing, don't have the greatest paper.
Yeah.
And you'll probably be fine. Just
Yep.
be careful about your ink choice.
Ink choice, fine point.
Fine point. But if you really want a
Yeah.
fountain pen, you could probably use it in everything here, and you'll be able to use both sides of your page.
Right, because to be fair, I said I was using a very juicy pen with a very juicy ink.
Yeah.
Intentionally to put it through its paces.
Yeah, the green is a stub, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
The Twisby. And this must be the pen that you use with that. Whoops, don't want to.
And again, I'm mentioning
there it is.
this book because technically it's a pocketbook, and I mean it really is a pocketbook. I don't see why you couldn't put this in just about any pocket, even a smaller pocket on some pants or purse pants.
Ladies' pockets.
Yes,
This
ladies'
might
pockets.
not fit in
so
ladies' pockets.
this, if it's not obvious by now, I'm taking this from a guy's perspective, and these are things, like I said, I'm actually putting these in my pocket, and every book I've handed you has, except for a few exceptions, has actually been inside a leather cover and in my pocket. I daily carry 3 or 4 of these.
What?
So
3 or 4
Yes.
at one time?
yes,
Wow.
I have lots of reasons.
You have highly specialized pocket journals.
Yes, I'm the kind that likes to have a particular journal for a particular purpose. Okay, I'm gonna hand
Not
you.
me. I carry.
Speaking of the everyday
One.
carry, yeah. I know. Speaking of everyday carry, I'm gonna hand you my everyday carry traveler's notebook. This is handmade, so not that you have to handle it especially or anything.
you
but
made this.
the reason I'm handing that to you is if you look, I'm including this because although this strains the whole pocketbook requirement, because it's very thick, it's chunky, as they say. Chunky. So, yes, you can put this in your pocket. Yeah, I know. There's some blurring.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
some
let's-
blurring. Well, I
yeah.
wasn't looking for you to go through it and paw through
Okay,
it, but
there we go. I put my hands over it for quick.
it's the notebook that I really want to turn to.
This is-
and I'm pointing this out because these are very common. These passport size. This is called a passport size because it actually is roughly the size of a U.S. passport. You're going to find out refills. I'll call them refills. And you have to be careful if you're looking for refills.
Can I write on your numbered page?
Yeah, no, that's fine. You have to look if it says passport, you're good. You're good. But there are actually usually 3 or 4 sizes when you're looking for refills, like on Etsy or if you're going to AliExpress, I think, or even Amazon. The usual places. And you're looking for traveler's notebook refills. Be careful and make sure you're looking at the measurements.
Oh.
Because unless it says passport, clearly says passport, you might be buying a pocket size, which is going to be same width, 3.5 inches tall. I'm sorry, 3.5 inches wide, but that's only 5 inches tall.
Okay.
Whereas the quote unquote pockets that we've been looking at are 5.5, 3.5 by 5.5.
Yeah.
So now, having said that, I know a few folks that like to have their field notes right in those passports, and if you wanted to, because it'd probably work in this one because I custom made it, so I made it a little bit tall, a little bit wide. I could rock a field notes.
You could make it happen,
but it'd be right at the edge. It wouldn't be well protected.
And that field notes is going to get really beat up.
And that field notes, that one that you're looking at, is
Yeah.
my complaint. I love the vintage. It's one of my favorite notebooks of all time, but
it looks
the
like it's
cover
lived in
is
your pocket
so-
for a month.
I know, and it's not.
And you've
it's
not
been
even
sitting on my
used it.
desk. So just in me handling it around a couple of times, it's just not survived. So
What happens on your desk?
things get piled.
What
and
do
then they
you
get
do?
moved, and then they get unpiled and moved. So, but anyway, so yeah, if you wanted to put your field notes in there, you could get away with it. And if you're not looking for the Midori brand Traveler's Notebook, the real deal, as they say, you're either making one, which really easy to make, or there are many clones, I will say, both on Amazon, on AliExpress, Etsy. Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Where did this notebook come from?
So that notebook, I think, came from Amazon.
Okay.
I've been testing out different brands of notebook, but I think what I'm going to do is once I've used those up, I'm going to make
Oh,
notebooks.
sorry, I didn't
And
mean
the reason I'm going to is right now I've been altering my weekly tracking a little bit, and so I haven't quite settled on a final design. But
It's got
I am that's a feature of a real Midori, and so I replicate it because I kind of like a string instead of having a
I see.
some place to earmark where you're at as a bookmark. But yeah, you could make your own. A lot of people do print out with their own special format.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, and then you could buy like Kokuyo paper and
Yeah, exactly. Right. If you really
okay.
want some nice paper, it's be more economical if you bought the really nice Kokuyo paper. But why do I need that? I'm not walking around with a fountain pen.
Because your wife is a pen and paper snob? Because I do walk around with a fountain pen?
Exactly. Well, that whole rambling session was a survey of pocketbooks, which are either readily available or budget-minded. I think we got a few. Maybe the Muji, you could say, are kind of high-end, nicer paper, and ones that I would recommend to friends because I know that you'll be able to get them, and these aren't one-offs that you might find at a Dollar Tree and you never find it again.
Yeah, I think I found a new favorite book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That brand particularly?
Yeah, I like this one. I like the paper. I like that the grid is gray.
Yes.
I like that it handled my pens okay. It's not perfect, but it did great.
Yep.
And it's not quite half the cost of field notes.
Yeah.
Which means I can save my pretty field notes, not break into all of them, and use the field book and destroy it. And still get the grid. You said they come in dot too.
Yep.
Yeah, still get the grid and the dot.
Blank.
I like it.
And lots of colors.
I also really liked the Mujis. Not this one. This one was meh.
Yeah.
But these, I liked both of these for the bigger format.
Yes, A6. The trouble there is a really great paper, economical, because I think the one is only $3.
Yeah, I like this
But
one.
you're going to have a harder time finding a leather cover.
Yeah.
Well, what you could do is, as I said, the Traveler's Notebook, if you take that sort of ecosystem and that approach, you could just cut yourself a leather cover and put a band around it, string it up and put a band around it.
Yeah,
and you've got a kind of a very simple leather cover. Oh yeah, it won't fit in there. Trust me, I've tried a number of books and that my version of that, and
it's not going to fit
yeah,
because
you get
it sticks too far this way.
Exactly.
It's too deep.
So close.
Yeah. I really like this one.
Yeah.
This one for this size. This one for this size. Don't mind my pop shelf Dollar General El Cheapo book.
Notebooks. Yeah.
Yeah. These two.
Oh,
Yep.
those are your favorites.
These two are my
favorites. So those
favorites.
what you take with you on a desert island. A true A6.
If I needed a true A6, that one.
And
if it were
very
a pocketbook,
common
it'd be
3.5
that
by
one.
5.5.
But I wish that there were one this size in higher quality paper.
So that size is fairly close to B7.
Okay.
So if you really wanted to, and I haven't looked at this, but I'm wondering if I could put a B7, because I know Daiso has some B7 notebooks, but I think they're all ringed.
Oh, yeah, like
And
they
you're gonna have
spiral.
trouble- Yeah, I'm sorry, spiral is what I meant. Yeah, spiraled.
Yeah.
So
Then you'll end
you
up in
may-
trouble in the spine here.
Yeah.
Oh. The other thing is you put your notebook in both halves. When I use mine,
You
put
don't
it
slip
just
the
up.
cover in.
Yeah, I
the
put
slot.
this cover in one side.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay. So, jury's still out on will I find one this size that I like. Definitely like this one. Definitely like this one.
Now let me ask you, since we're on that topic real quick. So that little one, you like the little one because of its size, but yet you don't carry in your pocket. Is it just because it would be easier to carry in your purse that you go with this
No,
one?
it's because I often don't have pockets.
Right. So that's my point. If you're not carrying a pocket, then why you not carry a B6?
Well, if
The
I'm not
bigger
carrying
size.
a pocket, why not carry my giant?
Oh, right. Your big one, or because those will fit in.
This will fit in my purse.
Yeah, right.
This is my planner. Why not just carry the whole thing all the time?
So what's motivating you to get a pocketbook then?
Because this is really bulky to pull out in the middle of a store.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
this is what I carry.
And so maybe the fact that it has a leather cover helps with that. So
Yeah, it
if you
helps make
couldn't
it
carry that
sturdy.
with a leather cover, you probably wouldn't carry
I
that.
wouldn't, no.
You might go to a bigger format, like a B6.
Yeah, or I'd
even
carry
an
something
A5.
hardcover
Oh, sure.
because I need the stability
Yes.
of the
Okay.
cover.
Well, this was supposed to be a maybe 10-minute, and we kind of rambled a little bit, so apologies for the length, but there you have it.
Thorough.
Yes, it was a little more thorough than I intended. And for the record, I mean, and I'm not trying to brag, but I have probably another, twice as many notebooks. I shouldn't say twice as many. As many notebooks as you have here, probably another notebooks of that number.
We could do
Quantity.
another one of these.
Well, I don't show them because there were either kind of one-offs or something I found that I can't find again. Like I have this really neat cloth covered book. It's a lot like vintage. It has that same kind of cloth feel. And I got it on Etsy. I saw it briefly on AliExpress, and then I can't find it anymore. And I tried emailing them, and they don't respond. But they put out some really beautiful A5 ones. It's called Cordona.
Interesting.
So they're on both Etsy and AliExpress. And apparently they don't answer email. Because I've asked them, hey, are you ever going to reprint or reproduce these? Green.
Right.
It's green, but it's still pretty.
Right.
And it's great. It's got kind of a dot grid. It's a lot like vintage now I think about it. And then it has that header that says date.
Oh, okay.
So this would be great for like a daily log or a daily planner or something like that.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put my favorites out here.
But I didn't bring it because you wouldn't be able to order it. You wouldn't be able to get it. So, and I'm not trying to document every notebook that was ever made. Just the ones that I would recommend to friends or even strangers.
Even strangers, but not enemies.
No.
Okay. All right.
Anyway. Well, once again, this is Mark.
And I'm Jen.
And after all this, we are still journaling together.